Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Yeah, Kool-Aid. He's got the victory shades. Usually
Victory
those
shades.
are reserved for Mondays. Today, on a Friday, he's got the victory shades. He believed. Braylon believed. No. It was Kool-Aid and Brendan believed.
Yeah.
Braylon and I were on the other side
Damn
of
right.
the football field, weren't we?
You damn right, and I'm proud to be wrong. You know, I am
Me
proud,
too.
I'm very proud to be wrong about the situation, how it played out last night. I just want to let you guys know this right now. Everybody listening, everybody tuning out in the city, we are not here to talk about what the Cowboys didn't do. We are not here to talk about what the refs didn't do or did do. We're not here to talking about injuries, who got hurt and who didn't. We're here to talk about the game plan that was executed yesterday, the physicality at the point of attack, the run game that they found, and oh, by the way, we talked about Dave Montgomery and Amon-Ra St. Brown being that energy that the offense needed. That's the conversation that you're coming here to get today. And if that ain't what you're here for, tune out. Go to that radio station down the street.
When's the flight to Miami?
See you. That's right.
100%.
Listen, you said Kelvin Shepard has got to do something different. He played some zone last night. He brought some pressure last night. What did you notice first and foremost about what the Lions defensive coordinator did? By the way, welcome everybody. Sorry, should have done that right to start.
Hey,
Brendan's with
Chef
us,
Asai,
Kool-Aid's
you
with
fired
us.
up.
And I cannot
excited.
wait. I cannot wait for two things today. We've got the Smoothie King High School Player of the Week. He's one of the best players in the country. Okay, number
Talk
one.
about it.
And
I may know his father from a past life. I'm just
his
saying.
father was the best player in the country. And by the way, we've got Braylon's breakdown. Can't wait for that either. Okay,
know
so
that
we're getting
gets
all that. Yeah,
Chef
that gets
fired
me
up.
fired up, man. I get out of bed thinking about that. I'm not kidding you. I can't wait for Braylon's breakdown. We've got a lot of good
I
stuff.
don't want to know what else you get out of bed thinking about. Let's keep it there.
I think about work. That's what I think about. I'm older, man. I think about work. Tell me what you saw from Kelvin Shepard last night and the adjustment that he made.
One of the best things that they did in terms of going with zone, in terms of going with some of those pressures, those different looks that they gave them, is they stayed ahead of the sticks and they kept the Cowboys behind the sticks. In doing so, you now allow. Remember what we talked about? We said El Qadim Muhammad and that rush, the rush ends that they have on the opposite side. Not necessarily great in the run game, but when you get them in passing downs, when you get them in situations where they can pin their ears back, they tend to have success. Yesterday, they stayed ahead of the Cowboys, and so now the Cowboys have to pass, man, and they were able to get in there. They were able to make some plays, and they were able to make some plays in zone as well, as we'll see in Braylon's breakdown. And they played with energy. They played with aggressiveness, some aggressiveness that we've seen early on in the year, and it was good. They played like they for lack of a better word, Shep, like they played like it was on the line. They played like they understood what they were up against. They understood that the back was against the wall, and they understood that they were a better team, maybe that others gave them credit for, myself included. And they said, let's come out here and do something. And being able to stay ahead, they stayed ahead all game, and that energy was real. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys scored 3 points in the first quarter and 6 in the second.
What I loved most is that, first of all, Dak Prescott, you said you got to get him off his spot. I think they did a pretty good job of that, okay, even though he threw for a lot of yards. The other thing that I love...
Empty calories.
Yeah, empty calories.
Empty
Go ahead and move
calories.
it from 20 to 20. The other thing that I love is Dallas kicked 5 field goals. If you're forcing that team to kick for 3 instead of going into the end zone, I think you've done your job, okay?
Especially with how hot they've been.
Yeah, and look, their kicker's unbelievable. Brendan Aubrey's unreal.
Can we say
all right?
shout out to the XFL? Because without the XFL, there's no kicker for the Lions or the Dallas Cowboys.
You're right.
Shout out to
And
the XFL.
Both of them pretty damn good.
100%.
So I really like that explanation of Kelvin Shepard, and rightfully so. You said they needed to bring pressure. They found different ways to do that. Al-Qadim Muhammad had a career high in 3 sacks. I thought Aiden Hutchinson, even though he wasn't credited with a sack, I thought he brought some pressure. But I noticed that the linebackers got home too because Jack Campbell was everywhere.
He's about to get paid.
He's going to make a lot of bank.
Jeez.
12 tackles.
Your boy, he's going to make more than him.
I think you're – oh, yeah, I know.
Fred Warner.
Yeah. Who's the best linebacker when healthy.
When healthy, agreed.
12 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 forced fumble, 1 sack, and almost 1 safety. He was everywhere. He's second in the league in total tackles, which does, again, statistics sometimes don't tell the whole story. Yeah. But he dialed up some pressure. I think, is this how they have to play moving forward, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think it worked for them. It was good. It kept them on their square. It kept the energy. One thing about the Lions and the winning that they've done over the past 4 years or so, it's the energy. Lions have had great energy, both sides of the ball. They keep that energy, and it's allowed them to go 12-5. It's allowed them to go 15-2 and stay in these races. That energy that we've seen in the past, that energy was back last night. It's almost kind of like the energy that they had against the Ravens, but even better because it was at home. That energy was real. And when you play like that, they played aggressive. Like, this is the Lions team that you've come to know. Sure, they gave up some points. Like, you can give up points and still have
It's a good offense. Like
100%. I mean, Dak Prescott is playing as better as any quarterback in the league right now. He still had 330, but once again, it was a lot of empty calories. And when they needed to play, when they needed to stop, when they needed to turnover, they got it last night.
Yeah, because I just wanted to add to that as well. When you talk about those empty calories, you know what feeling was back last night? That feeling of I was never concerned.
I can't take you serious with these shades.
I was in the victory shades, boy. But I was never concerned last night. Yeah. No, at no point in that game was I concerned. It felt like that mystique that the Lions have had over the last couple of years, that it seemed like they lost.
You weren't concerned when it came to a one score game?
No, it felt like they had control the entire time from a physicality standpoint, all the way from starting off the game. Like Bray said, offensively with David Montgomery, it just seemed like they had the edge. I just wasn't concerned. In the past, when the games would get tight, we didn't have concerns. This year I started to, but last night was one of those games where it just felt like, you know what, they got this thing locked down.
I will say to Kool-Aid, I think I agree with I'm about half and half. I'm about half and half because I think when they scored that second touchdown, they were down 8 when it was 12 minutes left in the third. You're like, okay, we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah.
But to your point, even in that moment, I still was like, Lions are going to be good. We just have to see how they get to the moment, how they take the lead back. Like, what's the energy like? So I was tad bit nervous at that point.
I trusted them last night.
That's a good word. You trusted them more last night. Look, and our Smoothie King Braylon Edwards, High School Player of the Week, can speak to this, and so can his coach. And I'm excited to ask him about this. He'll be the first to tell you, and just like Braylon does, 3 phases of football.
Ooh.
We love the offense. We love the defense.
Tom Kennedy.
But that's special teams, man. Tom Kennedy returning the ball on the kickoff to the 49, 47, 41, and on a punt return that then led to a 6-play touchdown drive, returning at 41 yards. Those yards, those sometimes hidden, those were really important. And I know a lot of people don't know much about Tom Kennedy. He's just a little guy. I'm not saying he's better than Khalif Raymond by any stretch. I'm just saying he played a pretty important role in that win last night.
And I'm glad you brought up Khalif Raymond. First of all, before I get there, I just want to say that what Tom Kennedy did last night, the last time that it was done in terms of 3 kick returns for 30 yards or more and 1 punt return for 25 yards or more, 2007 in November by the Cleveland Browns. Josh Cribbs, I was in the game on the same team. But anyway.
He's a Mac guy.
100%. There you go. What you know about the flashes? What you know about the golden flashes?
Plenty of them. By the way, the last Lion to do that, Mel Gray.
Hey, that's my dad's boy.
Completely yoked.
That's my dad's boy.
Talk about a guy who's got like maybe 2% body fat. But go ahead.
Speaking of 2% body fat, like the Lions missed Khalif Raymond, and I don't think we talked about that at all, if I'm being honest. I know I didn't mention it.
No, you're right.
I didn't think about it. And yesterday you start to see Khalif Raymond is an individual that has 5 kick returns over the past 4 years. 5 returns, punt and kick. He's got 5 of those. Khalif Raymond provides you with a sense of a better starting field, and it allows you to play that field position game. And then also, he makes a lot of plays, super random at times, but in the third down space. Moving the chain space. Tom Kennedy came in last night, and you got that from him, and it reminded you what you missed in Khalif Raymond. Hell of a night by Tom Kennedy. His number has been called the last 2 weeks. Last week he went 4 for 4 with the touchdown when they needed him, and this week he gave them the field space to be able to be in more control and open the playbook up a little more. When you're starting in better field position, there's a lot more, as Jay Gines would tell you, there's a lot more open to you.
It's a lot of fun to follow stories like this, where perseverance finally comes through. Here's a guy. He's the 4th longest tenured Lion. I don't know if people know that. He's been around since 2019.
Him and Taylor Decker?
Yeah. So Taylor Decker longer, right?
Yeah.
Here's an undrafted free agent, cut, signed on the practice squad, cut, signed on the practice squad, gets a game here, cut, signed on the practice squad, nobody believing in him, makes a transition from lacrosse at Bryant, which is a good lacrosse program, to football, waits his time, bides his time, and now when he gets that opportunity, because you never know when that door's knocking, he takes advantage of it. So it was only part of it, but it was a big part of it. Love what David Montgomery did. You said, look, only 6 carries. But you know what? It doesn't matter.
When you're averaging 6.6 a carry.
Well, did he?
Or 8.
I thought it was 6 for 60. I could be wrong.
So it's 10.
So it's 10.
You know, math wasn't my strong suit.
Yeah, that's okay. It's not mine either.
Math wasn't
but
necessarily
that's pretty
my
damn
strong
good.
suit.
It jumps off the page at you.
100%. And the physicality, the through the middle, those are the runs. That's the energy that the Lions haven't had a lot of this season. They've had it at times. They've had the Bengals game, the Browns game, a little bit of that Bears game. But you're talking 2.5 months ago. They haven't had that energy. Last year, it was a great switch up when you had, here's Demo coming in. And what we talk about, like, Demo's not looking for the home run.
Yeah.
Demo is looking to get as many yards as he can. Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it 3? Is it 2? Is it 9? But, oh, by the way, if you don't want to tackle, if you don't want to put your hat down, if you want to get broken up, he will go to the end zone. That's that energy. And it was so refreshing to see him in the end zone. Man, you saw all the players.
Refreshing is a good word.
It was refreshing. All the players, and then even St. Brown, who we'll get to, he deserves it. He deserves his own segment.
He does.
But when he's making plays, when he's doing his stuff, when he's getting hyped, when he's saying let's effing go, and we know what that means, like now the offense is like yes. So you saw a lot of the Lions offense just feel this is what we are. This is who we can be. Let me say it that way.
Yeah, we've talked about this before about what certain teams, how they're identified.
Yeah.
Detroit has been identified as a tough, hard-nosed team because in the trenches, it's been exposed a little bit this year. Offensively, we want to be entertained. I thought they were entertaining last night. I thought they did some simple things we viewed. Yeah. You probably and Coach Gonzalez would be able to break it down into a different type of way. But I thought instead of trying to get cute all the time, except for that stupid play to Dan Skipper, instead of trying to get
I saw Dan Skipper come emotional. I said, I know they're not about to throw this man the ball.
Yeah, they did.
I know you're not going to bring Dan Skipper.
And then, boom, it's like a cannonball off his belly and out.
He tried to run before he caught the ball.
I know,
he did what Jared Goff did last week.
Yeah,
he was just like, oh, shit.
Just please use your talented players who are talented in that regard. There's a reason, Jamison Williams, you want to get the ball to him, and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Isaac Tesla and Jimmy Gibbs. What?
Isaac Tesla.
Another one.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
3 targets. 3. 2 first downs. And every pass he's caught this year has been for a first down.
Or
a touchdown.
It reminds me of old J-Mo.
8 rocks, 4 TDs, and
J-Mo
he was open.
Don't you do that to J-Mo.
He was open for another touchdown. He was wide open.
And
Jared Goff just missed him.
And that's when the chat exploded.
Yeah.
I was at a dinner with my mom. So happy birthday again, Mom. It was a lot of fun last night. Big Rock around the corner. It was really nice. I literally was doing this the whole dinner, though. I was on my phone. But, excuse me, what was I saying? Oh, the Tesla play when he missed in the corner.
That's when it exploded.
I was like, oh, that's a bad miss. But I said, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say
Are you talking about the chat in our
chat? Talking about our chat.
Yeah, our Woodward Sports chat.
I didn't want to come out. I didn't want to come out today to my tires being slashed. So that's why.
Well, at least we know who did it. We would at least know who did it.
I'm Sam Day, aka Stick.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. We got a lot to get to. When we come back, though, we're going to get to the Smoothie King, Braylon Edwards Show, High School Player of the Week. This kid is dynamic. He's one of the best players in the state. He's going to be one of the best players in the country. He's going to have his choice of schools to go to. His dad is a guiding force in what he's done, and he's a guiding force in a lot of young athletes' lives right now at Orchard Lake St. Mary. Stay with us when we come back to High School Smoothie King Player of the Week. After this from Ben Johnson.
That was really good.
Thank you.
That was really good. I'm excited to interview whoever that is that you're talking about. No, I'm joking. Corporations, the government, even your insurance company will do whatever it takes to withhold their liability and withhold your compensation. You don't want them to do that. So you know what you do? You make Ben Johnson the very first call. Contact him at venfights.com. He is a fighter, and he's been fighting at a high level for a very long time. Whether it's a settlement, whether it's a verdict, it doesn't matter. He wants all the smoke. So why don't you allow him to represent you? The fighter, that's Ben Johnson Law.
Hey, if you're getting ready for the Lions game, I know you're still celebrating from last night, but you're going to get ready for the Lions' next game, and that's going to be in Los Angeles against the Rams.
Hey, the Lions
we want you to be with us at the watch party at Art and Jake's in Clarkston on December 14th. We got something special happening that day, and it's really important, all right? From 4 to 6, Art and Jake's is going to be collecting donations for packages from home. This is an incredible organization that sends care items to deployed service members and supports local veterans right here in our community. Folks, they deserve it. It's been a long time coming. They deserve everything they could possibly get in a good way. They're looking for a ton of items, everything from canned foods and snacks to recreation items like books and sports equipment and electronics and things of that nature. Bring your items, unopened, by the way, please, original packaging, to AJ's in Clarkston between 4 and 6 on December 14th. Drop them off. On your way, grab a drink and help us massively support the troops and support the Lions against the Rams on Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face. New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
And we back.
Really fortunate we get an opportunity to meet some of the brightest young student athletes our state has to offer, and we've got another chance today. State championship. You got 2 rings already, young man. That is something special.
Whew.
And I know your dad is Jermaine Gonzalez, who's one of the greatest players the state has ever really had.
Facts.
Jermaine Gonzalez now joins us here
Dual
on
threat.
the Braylon Edwards Show. Congratulations on the state championship, young man.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate
what a
it.
job you did. How great did that feel to carry off that trophy for a second straight season?
Man, it felt great. Like, definitely a surreal feeling just, being able to have a chance to three-peat. And, the repeat, so many guys don't even get a chance to get a ring at all. So I got 2 going into my senior year, trying to get that three-peat. So
that's special.
Respect, man. You look at the stats, man. Like, now, when you play in a state championship game, you're expecting that it's going to be the best versus the best. 51-14, 304 in the air, 102 on the ground. It, like that. How did you guys prepare? How did you guys prepare for this game, and what was the deciding factor for you when you just knew like this is gonna be a walk in the park?
When we went to a package that we've been working on all week in practice. It's not 5 wide, but it's 4 receivers, 1 tight end on the field. And once we went in that, they couldn't really adjust to it. We got athletes everywhere, so I think they just didn't have the athletes to match up with us. We had athletes all around doing their thing. So from there, it was just easy.
How challenging is it for you to wear the number, the name at the same school where your dad was was so highly touted?
I mean, I've been doing it my whole life.
Yeah.
I've been wearing one for a long time. You know, obviously I had the last name Gonzalez for a long time. And, yeah, I've been doing it for a while now. I'm kind of used to it. So I don't really think about it no more. I'm just out there playing, having fun, and doing me.
I was in high school the same time as your pops, man. Obviously, we played in Michigan together, man. A lot of respect, a lot of love for him. We didn't play against each other, but I've been to a lot of Orchard Lake St. Mary's games. I've seen him and Grant Mason and Charles Davis and Breeze, which is one of the coldest athletes I have ever seen in my life. What's the difference, though, between the Gonzaleses? How are you different from your pops?
Good question.
I think
it's okay. You can speak on it.
Yeah,
You're the high school player of the week, not him.
Yeah, I think what we differ in is, I think our play styles are pretty similar. I think we differ in. I think I'm more physical than he was. He played more on defense. Nah, he'll tell you. I think I'm bigger than what he was at this age. I think I'm more physical. And yeah, but I think we pretty similar players.
Okay.
But yeah.
He said that with chest out, like he's gonna rough you up.
I think your dad, his senior season, threw for 2,500 yards, threw for 29 touchdowns, no picks, rushed for about 450, and rushed for 8 touchdowns. Now, I'm not asking you to put up the same numbers, but I just wanted to give you an idea.
Yeah.
When you go into your senior season, I'm sure you already know it, about those pretty impressive numbers. You're your own man, though, right? Okay?
Of course.
What makes you a great leader?
I think my leadership, I think I definitely shine leading by example. My vocalness has definitely improved a lot this season, though. So I've been a more vocal leader this year, and I think that's something I really improved on. So I think my leadership gotten way better this year.
That's great. I remember talking to your father last year in preparing for your state championship game. And I asked him specifically about you. And it can be tough for dads to talk about their sons without having some bias.
Yeah.
But he said, I'm telling you right now, my son is the best quarterback we have.
You got it.
How challenging was it for you to wait just a little bit before you completely took the reins of this offense?
I mean, it definitely was a challenge, and it was definitely something I had to, overcome and think about and pray about. And once I got it, and once I, had the keys to the ship, it was over, and it just felt amazing finally having my own team and being a guy.
So I'm getting old, man. I didn't hear that P until the end. I thought it was a T on that. I'm just joking with you. Look, the skills that you have to have and the work that you have to put in, because nobody's just going into a game and getting 304 in the air and 102 on the ground and walking through your junior season like you have. Talk about what does it take before the season starts? You and those Orchard Lake St. Mary's, what is the work that you guys put in off that field? Because that's what Smoothie King is all about.
I mean, after our state championship, it felt like we was in a weight room 2 weeks after. So we was just hard work all off season, time up with my receivers was very important. We had little quizzes we took to, learn our plays, get our plays down. We just had crazy off season work. Our summer was crazy too. We had early summer workouts all summer. So we just worked hard and, built that bond and brotherhood with each other that we couldn't be broken. And
sound like Lloyd Carter, man. He was working these boys to death.
We're going to bring your dad in here in a minute. Are you playing basketball again?
Yep.
Okay. Well, how does basketball help you prepare for football and vice versa?
I mean, just that competitiveness, staying competitive, staying sharp, and staying in shape too. Basketball is no joke.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just having that competitive edge and that spark definitely helps.
Dad, can we bring you in here? I know Jermaine rather not, but that's tough. You're going to be here, and you're going to have to answer some questions. Sorry, if that's the way it goes. You took over for George Porritt, who I believe was there for 33 years, and you played for him. What type of coaching style do you possess that he had and that you think makes successful, and how are you different from the guy who mentored you in high school?
Well, I was fortunate to not only be under George Porritt, but Lloyd Carr too in college. And, you marry both of those together and, they all preach physicality and toughness, and that's what we wanted to bring to the table. Obviously, it looks a little different how we do it now, but we still want to bring that physical edge to it and that toughness to everything we do.
Like, Jay Gons, what's it like coaching your son? Like, your son is the leader of your team, the team that you're coaching, the team that you have now in back-to-back state titles. But what is it like coaching him as well as coaching the squad? Is it difficult, or talk about it?
So I think we have a good balance with it. Like, coaching him is not as hard because I've been doing it so long. Like he said, I've been not really coaching him hands-on, but I'm around. I'm either the head coach and he has a quarterback coach coaching him. I try not to coach him personally. I leave that to my coaching staff, my OC, and my quarterback coach, who do a great job with them. But I do get a chance to step back and see. It's a beautiful thing. Like, I don't want to take for granted that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Everybody don't have a chance to do it with their son, not only – the position you play, but the quarterback position. I think that brings another element to it as well, too. We both played the same position. And hats off to him because he take it in stride. Like, he handled it with grace and he handled it well. And, he's never – a moment is never too big or never too little for him. And he's been a winner all his life. And that's what I'm most proud of.
Not easy.
Yeah, he definitely approaches it with grace because he mentioned God, and that's exactly where grace comes from. It comes from God. When you're having these moments where you're watching film or maybe you're watching live in the game and you see, do you notice the similarities? Are you like, oh, I remember having a pass or a play like that when we played against insert school back in 99 or 98? Do you see that at all? Is it is it surreal a little bit?
I do, but to be full transparency is that and I don't want to discredit me, but I had some talented athletes. I think things were simple for me: slant route, fade route, hitch route, and again, they did the rest. What we require him to do is what college quarterbacks is doing now. He handles the offense. He do the RPOs, run pass options. He does all that on his own, and we trust him to do that. And it's going to even expand even more next year going into his senior year. I never was asked to do a lot of that. It was, my athlete is better than yours. Go make a play.
Breeze.
So that would probably be the biggest difference between him and I.
What's interesting, I remember while calling Michigan basketball, asking John Beilein, what's the biggest challenge in coaching your son? Because he coached his son at West Virginia. And he said, well, you see your son's warts every day. You see his flaws every day because you're around him as a parent. And you've seen him grow up with those because when you're in the stands, you're watching your son. And while everyone's like, oh, my God, I can't believe how good Jabin is, you're like, well, yeah, but he also missed that. How do you separate the coach and the father while coaching the son?
That is the answer of all. That's the question of all questions, right? It's tough because daddy goggles are real, right? It's a real thing. That's why I do it. I think we do a good job of having our staff coach him up, OC, quarterback coach, and I can focus on the entire team and manage and coach that piece because I trust my coaching staff, and they'll tell me, hey, we need to do this or he needs to do this a little bit more, and I listen to him. So.
Yeah. I love that. I love that dads are listening to sons too. Too many times I think in life we think, okay, the mom and dad have to know all. We can learn from our kids. What'd you think you taught your father?
I thought I taught my dad just to trust me.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, just trust me, and I can do what I do. So
speaking of do what you do, like what is it that you do? Like what makes you, Jabin? I'm just being like Jabin. What makes you what you are? What makes you the dynamic football player? Obviously the yards, the stats, like that's dope. But what is it about that? Like how do you get to that?
I think it's my versatility. I think I can beat you with my arm, my legs. I can beat you. I can go to defense and play D-tackle and beat you too. So
you play D-tackle?
No. I'm just saying.
I'm about to say that. I played a little defensive end in my high school. I was about to give you some love.
His dad just about got up and left out the room there after he said that.
Whoa. No. And also, too, now that you're in your senior year, I know you're being recruited by a lot of schools. Talk about what are you looking for in the school that you're going to choose ultimately when you sign the dotted line? Because right now, you're still figuring out what are you looking for in an institution?
Yeah, I'm just looking for some place that, obviously got to feel like home, some place that want me, and some place that can develop me and, get me to that next level.
That's the key right there. Is that one, want me, two, develop me.
Yeah.
Because you see a lot of schools, Jay guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of schools have the big name, they have the bright lights, but they don't have that development. Going somewhere where someone can develop you, that also means that you're ready to listen to somebody to teach you and work with you. It says a lot about who you are.
Yeah, and that, it helps to have your father and your mom kind of pave that way for you to be part of it, you know? I mean, Steph's been a big deal of it, too. We talk a lot about all your accomplishments, but I'm sure, just like your father, you're driven. What do you need to work on?
I think I could always perfect my throwing. You know, my throwing craft, probably speed. You know, throwing speed, yeah.
Okay.
No, we got Stan Edwards for that, man. Stan Burton.
Right.
Saying.
Okay, so you're a big basketball guy too, right?
Yeah.
If you were the Pistons, would you go all in for Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I think Giannis a dog. So
In a good way.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Giannis.
Okay. All right. I'm with you on that.
Sure.
All right. So I just like to I'll take you off a beaten path.
This guy's
here.
great.
What you think about it for a minute?
You won state championship Friday at Ford Field. Another team won last night at Ford Field. What have you seen from the Lions? Because I know everybody's watching this team in the state. What have you seen from the Lions to make you believe that they still are a Super Bowl team? Excuse me.
I just like how they find ways to win when we need to win. So I think when time comes and to get into the playoffs, I think we're going to keep finding ways to win like we always been doing. I just think their culture and their mentality is different. And yeah.
What's one play the Eaglets run that the Lions don't that you think the Lions should implement?
Jabin Gonzalez at quarterback.
That's the future.
That's a good question.
What's your favorite play? Let me ask you this.
fa-
Describe your favorite play and then give me the call. Give me the language of the play. Because I think a lot of people don't completely appreciate all that it takes to put into the call of a play.
Yeah, so I think my favorite play would be the crack wheel. So we'd go like ram wide 600 crack wheel. Or we'd do like 600 Omaha crack wheel. So all it is a little crack. It's a crack route coming from the outside receiver, wheel coming from the running back, and then we got a little flat route coming in from a receiver coming in the jet motion fake. So I'm looking for the shot first, and then I'm looking for, wheel. Then worst come to worst, I'm checking it down.
Okay, you ready for the toughest question you'll ever face on this show? You ready? Because your dad was a good receiver at Michigan. Braylon's
I got a story about that.
Braylon's the best receiver in Big Ten history. Okay, they're each split wide, both at the numbers. You're between the hashes. It's 3rd down and 6. You're out of the gun. Who you throwing to?
That's a great question. I think.
Look at Pops.
I was a good blocker. Throw it to
Here's a funny story about Jay guys. So we're playing Indiana my senior year. We're playing Indiana my senior year, and I think Jay, you were 2 or 3 receiver. You was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like legitimately, I come out on the play, and Soup was like, "Hey, we'll put you right back in." Jay Gons.
Soup is Eric Campbell, by the way, the wide receivers coach. Sorry.
He like, did one play? Did you take a break? Did you take a blow? Did one play? As Jay Gons went out there and caught a touchdown. I was like, hey, man. He was like, hey, they threw it. I was wide open, tutty. One thing about Jay Gons, like when you put the ball in the air, he was gonna make the play. And the first play I remember him making was at Michigan State game, the one the asterisk game, the clock game.
They cheated us.
I appreciate you saying it because they get tired of me saying it. You caught a tut in that game.
Yeah.
No gloves, if I remember correctly. Old school, no gloves.
On a cold day.
On a cold day, no gloves.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, Coach, what are your thoughts on the Lions?
I think that they brought back the grit, discipline, toughness that they've been doing. They had all last year, this last game, and I just think they got to keep doing that. What I like most is that our DBs got hands on balls during this game.
Yeah.
They made it tough. Even though they was making catches, they were tackling them right away. And I just thought, like, they played all 3 phases yesterday, and they build on that and build off of that, then they'll be okay making this playoff run.
Let me ask you one more question, because I have a tendency to take these a little bit longer than I probably should, but I'm fascinated by a lot of this stuff. I think you have 10 state championships now at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. I think it's 10. Maybe it's 11. Also, I apologize if I don't get it right.
It's 10.
It's 10. Thank you. What's the challenge of getting back there year after year, and not just with football, but you're the athletic director. Your baseball team won a national championship not long ago.
Yep.
Your basketball team played for a state championship, and Trey McKinney is now playing at Michigan.
Shout out.
You got a really good athletic program at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. How challenging is it to stay at the top when everybody's nipping at the heels?
It is. It's hard. I think culture is a big part of that. Like creating the right culture and environment where our kids want to come and thrive in is, to me, the key. And I think we do a good job of that. Just our community, our faculty, our staff, the leadership, they do a great job making, athletics a priority as well as academics. So,
Well, you're a big part of it. When he was introduced as athletic director, I was fortunate. I spoke at the Orchard Lake St. Mary's father-son breakfast. And he was introduced. He had the black suit. He had the red tie. I'm sure Steph dressed him properly for that. But you knew damn well right then and there, based on how he handled himself and handled some of the questions, that they were going to be just as successful as they were before. Congratulations, Coach. I'm happy for you. I'm even happier for your son because not only is he a really good football player, he's a hell of a young man, and it gives us hope for the future. So thanks a lot. Congratulations, man. Way to go. Great stuff here on the Braylon Edwards Show and the Smoothie King High School Player of the Week. Jabin Gonzalez probably won't be the first, or the last time, I should say, that we see him in the studio winning that and winning some smoothies. We're back after this on the Braylon Edwards Show.
Basketball season's coming up. He might be running this right back.
Could be.
And Bright, before we go to Bright, tell the people how they can nominate the next athlete potentially.
You're in trouble with hoops.
I want to invite you to be part of
on TV, is it?
No, it isn't now. I want to invite you to be a part of something special. You see what it is every Friday. This is my favorite day of the week. You see these young individuals that are going to reshape our future. And we start here, the Smoothie King High School Athlete of the Week. If you want to nominate somebody, scan that QR code above. But you got to make sure that they have the things and the qualities that we need. Southeast Michigan born, also bring that hustle, the leadership, and have a big impact on the community. Not just on the field, not just on the diamond or the hardwood. Got to have it in the community as well. Every Friday is what we do. Scan that QR code. We are definitely proud to partner with Smoothie King to make a difference. And thank you to the Lee Foundation, who comes every week with a new Smoothie King High School Athlete of the Week. But it's by you, the people.
The Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or Bust Lions network. Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face. New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports. Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
That's right. Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions are working out at Planet Fitness apparently because they look like it last night. Oh, my God. Planet Fitness is for everybody, especially the Detroit Lions. Over 2,700 clubs nationwide, 50 here in metropolitan Detroit. We are all strong on this planet, especially the Lions.
Let's go.
And that planet is Planet Fitness. Exciting new membership. Look, there's 2 home games left. Actually, are there 2 or 1? There's 2 home games left. 2 home games left. You go to Planet Fitness. You register. If you register and they pick your name, guess what? 2 tickets on the spot for you and another person to go to the Lions games. We only partner up with those who want to give back to you. So there it is. Planet Fitness. Remember, your fitness is essential.
Last night was a party, man. It was an awesome feeling downtown.
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting in line around 5:30, freezing my ass off, and I see to my right a bunch of people drinking Sun Cruiser vodka iced teas. To my left,
shout out.
The same thing. And they just
Shout
kept
out.
raising them higher and higher and higher. And I'm like, wow, How much you like that? It's great stuff, man. Now, they might have said that about anything that was in their hand. It didn't really matter. But we do know this. They had a couple, and they were enjoying themselves, and they knew it was crisp, it was clean, it was real iced tea, it was real vodka, and it was only 100 calories. Enjoy it. Sun Cruiser, vodka iced tea. Perfect for game days.
Who he back? They might have been the reason why the Lions won.
You know the Lions won again. that interview was a lot of fun, but once we start talking Lions, it completely re-energized for the rest of the show because Lions had a big one last night and they deserve to be treated as such.
Yeah, I love talking to young people who are impressive. And he's a really impressive young man. Jermaine, your good friend, not just that, but
he's an impressive father.
That's what I was just going to say. He's an impressive father, an impressive coach. Orchard Lake St. Mary's is in good hands. Because he's the athletic director, moving them forward. So congratulations to them again. Really good team. Lions were really good last night in a lot of different areas. So I wanted to ask you about the offensive line because it's been makeshift to a certain extent. It's also been ridiculed and criticized, and for good reason. But if we're going to criticize them when they don't play well, we should at least applaud them for when they do. And I thought last night, Tristan Colon on some of the pulls, Miles Frazier, a couple of false starts, is still getting his feet wet, if you will. Overall, together, I thought they did a pretty good job, and for the most part, kept Jared Goff clean.
Yeah, 100%. Like, the name of the game is give me a chance. Like, that's what we're asking this offensive lineman that's been, they've had some issues. They've given up some pressures. They've been injured. You've had, like you said, you've moved guys from here to here. Some guys not in there, newer guys. So you've seen, erratic play out of the offensive line. All we've been asking, just give us a chance. Give Jared Goff a little bit of chance, provide him with some protection so that he can get some passes, so that we can move the ball, so we can move the chain, so we can stay on the field. And yesterday, you saw the effort. A lot of times, you just want to see effort. You want the effort, the effort. The offensive line last night gave effort. Sure, it wasn't perfect. Football never is. But they gave that effort often enough to where it allowed Jared Goff to throw to the tune of 280-plus yards, and also it allowed some time for these wide receivers to get open, get in space, because there were some new wide receivers out there for Jared Goff.
Yeah, one of the many things you and I talked about yesterday was making sure you're not behind the chains too frequently. And I thought Detroit did a good job of staying ahead of that. They'll have to do that when they go to Los Angeles to take on the Rams next week. Then they're home against Pittsburgh, and then the last two games on the road. You got Chicago at the end of the year. Sandwiched in between Pittsburgh and Chicago is Minnesota. Somebody in the chat. Much love to Kool-Aid for having faith in the Lions. For the two hosts, I have questions. I don't blame you. That's fine. We'll eat it. I have no problem with it. Here's what I will only say. We oftentimes, I think, when we start deciding, I talk about we in general, when we decide on who we're going to believe in for a week, a lot of it is what have you done for me lately? And I don't care whether they have been winning or losing outside of the Washington game, since they've been alternating losses and wins since the 4-game winning streak. Detroit has not impressed. Nope. They were impressive last night. I tip my cap to them. 100% I'm glad I'm wrong. Dallas had been coming in and playing well. Kansas City, prior to that, Philadelphia, prior to that, the Giants or Washington, one or the other. That's the reason I went with it. I'm glad I'm wrong, quite honestly. I really am.
You know what?
Yeah, who cares?
I really want to be an asshole right now, but I won't. I'll stay with the faith that today is about the Lions and it's not about you.
R.I.P. Brutus says
at the end of the day, Lions won. You're absolutely right. The Lions won. Kool-Aid, he had faith. But it's not about faith. When we're making a pick, when we're making a decision, like Shep said, it's about what have you looked like. And when I'm looking at the last 4 weeks and I'm looking at the Vikings game and I'm looking at the Eagles game and I'm looking at Thanksgiving, and I'm looking at the Giants game, you won, but you didn't. So when I'm looking at these 4 games, I'm like, it's just not really looking good for the Detroit Lions. Not to mention, is Amon-Ra St. Brown playing? Is he not playing? Sam Laporte is not playing. You start to look at all these things, and I'm looking at the hottest team, one of the hottest teams in the NFC, and what they've been doing offensively, defensively, interior with Kenny Clark, with Quentin Williams, what we talked about. This is what I'm looking at. So when I make a decision that the Lions are going to win, it's just predicated off what I've seen in the last month. However, when you ask me how can the Detroit Lions win, everything that I highlighted yesterday And more is what the Lions did. So I knew there's a pathway. I just didn't think they would win.
No,
and they did. Congrats.
Help me with this. Is this their best win of the season, and if so, why?
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't matter about what the Dallas Cowboys were or weren't. It doesn't matter about any of that. This was a situation you had to have this win. There hasn't been a game this year that you had to have. The Baltimore Ravens game, we talked about that at the time. It was a really good win at the time, et cetera. There have been some decent wins. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers win after that. Okay, this one was different because you're talking about not being in the playoffs if you lose this game. You're talking about having different conversations about what the team has been, about what the GM is, about what the coach is, et cetera. Not saying that it would change, but those conversations would start to be had. You missed the playoffs, you go from NFC Championship to 15-2, losing in the first round of your playoff, you got a bye week, to now not making the playoffs. Yeah. Like, this would have been a whole different show, a whole different city. You won the game, you brought new life, you probably even showed yourself something. I'm pretty sure the Lions yesterday showed themselves something. I'm pretty sure the offense looked at defense like, okay, and I'm pretty sure that defense looked at the offense like, that's the offense I'm talking about. So yesterday was a win in the sense, I think, for the couple people want to believe, the team that maybe didn't stop believing, everybody in that team believes again. The energy is good again. The city's energy is good again. Yeah. And there's a real shot for you to climb into maybe a fifth spot in the playoffs. So, yes, last night was the biggest win of the season.
But that's why I like the way you guys kind of handled the situation.
Might be the biggest win in the last 3 years.
Yeah, it wasn't just, are the Lions going to win or lose? It was, what are the keys to a victory? Yeah. And you guys laid that out. And the reason why I came in here and I told you guys they look different, all of us are saying that. My faith in them went against logic, and it went more in line with the stat that, well, they always find a way to persevere. They don't lose back-to-back. So until they fail me there, I even said it with Brad Holmes, there's things he's doing that I disagree with, but until he ultimately falls on his face, I have to trust it.
Yeah,
you guys gave the keys to victory, and when I saw those things start to happen, it was things different than what they had strung together prior. So
remember what we also said, though, and I think it's a great statistic that they haven't lost back-to-back in 3 years. I think it's great. It doesn't do you any good if you're alternating wins and losses.
Not at all.
It's about stacking wins. For us, it was never, oh, my gosh, they haven't lost back-to-back games. I don't care about that. You know what I care about? Stacking wins. Yeah. They have not been able to do that. That's why there was a little bit of a question and maybe a disbelief. And I'm so happy that I'm wrong. I'll take all the kind of crap you want to give me, fire away. That's fine by me. I'm just telling you, I think the more people were believing they were going to win because they were fans more than they were football people. And football people look at it and say, it's not a great matchup. Not a great matchup because of what Dallas's defensive line has been doing as of late and because of what their offense has been doing. On top of that, what Detroit's defense lacked. We hadn't seen a 5-sack game in a while, right? Suddenly, Al-Qadim Muhammad's coming out of there. So I think it's awesome. I'm really happy. I hope they can continue to do this. I would add to this why it's their best win is because of this. Dallas was playing for their playoff lives too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They lose that game. They have a very challenging path to try and get to a 6 or a 7 in the NFC, even though they have the easiest schedule.
I talked to a lot of Pittsburgh fans today. They was like, "We told you he was a crash out. It's just a matter of time. All you gotta do is wait."
Pickens?
I had a lot of my Pittsburgh people like, "You saw when he's this, that, and that." I'm like, "All right, you got me." But getting back to the Lions too, that conversation that you're having with the person in the chat, they hadn't shown us any of these things in the last month. Right. Like Shep, they didn't show us that we can get out of our own head and not play man-to-man. They hadn't shown us that we can be smart and give the ball to Dave Montgomery a couple times up the middle, let that physicality seep in. They hadn't shown us that they could DDC. They hadn't shown us in a while, and Jermaine Gonzalez, my former teammate, hit the nail on the head. They made it tough on defense. Like, we're going to show a play in the Braylon's breakdown where you just see 2 DBs like, no, we need this ball. No, we're going to make this play. You see the intention. You see the energy. You see, like, the urgency. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes.
They haven't shown us urgency. Yesterday, they did things that they hadn't shown us in the last month. So, no, I didn't know that they could do that. And Kool-Aid, his faith, sure. His faith and are they going to win are two different things.
Think about this for a minute. Right. The previous, we gave the statistic earlier in the week.
Zone? I didn't even know Shepard knew what zone was.
I didn't either. And you educated us on zone and how guys find seams and stuff, so you better get pressure. The previous 4 weeks, Detroit had 4 sacks. Previous 4 games, they had 4 sacks, 2.5 by defensive linemen, okay? What would make us believe that they would have 5 sacks, 3 of them by a guy who had been pretty much absent for the past month or so?
One of the things that actually made me a little bit bullish, because if you go back to even the last Dallas game, I thought that they had something figured out, and they got a lot of sacks against Dallas last time. And so I thought Kelvin Shepard, whenever his back has been up against the wall and the Lions have needed it, he has schemed things up. Last year they went through a stretch where they couldn't get pressures, and then you come up into a certain game where now you have the broadcast talking about the different stunts that Kelvin Shepard is creating to get pressure home. So my faith, it wasn't just blind. Obviously, I'm going to pick the Lions to win every game, but specifically with this one, it was one where I thought, hey, I do believe the Lions have an opportunity to get back to their identity.
Yep.
But logically, no, they haven't played like themselves all year, and even Amon-Ra said it. We can't keep doing this, win a game, lose a game.
That's right.
It's got to be about the consistency that you put forth and the fact that you can continue to impose that identity and that will. That's the thing that they haven't been able to do consistently this year.
Yesterday,
that's why I level with what you guys are saying.
Yep.
Yesterday, if you picked the Lions, you picked the Lions purely off hope. You picked the Lions purely off hope. So you coming in here and telling me, I never go Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid coming here and telling me, well, I knew that it had to change. No, that's not what happened. It's hope. You hoped that the Lions would figure it out, because there's no way you can look at this Lions game against the Cowboys yesterday based on
Say
this.
you saw it coming.
And based on, I'll do you one better, Shep. Yeah. Based on the month ahead, the month behind, and then look who was out.
Yeah.
Look at the players that were out. Like, legitimately, look at the players that was out. You weren't playing well when you had all of your weapons. And now you go into a game where you're down this person, that person, that person, that person. This person's going to play, but he's probably not going to play that well. Ended up playing really well. No, if you said the Lions were going to win yesterday, it was purely off hope, or you saw what that Vegas spread was, and you said Vegas knows something. Like that, and that's real. And I'm glad, once again, we were wrong.
Yeah, I am too. I question sometimes the whole back against the wall thing, because I think their backs have been against the wall for the last few months, or fast few games, and really the last month, and there's times where they haven't. I'm a big believer in the coaches, trust me, and a lot of the players. It hasn't come together. But the thing I would say is when their backs are against the wall, it's going to happen against L.A. Their backs are still against the wall. They're still on the outside looking in. So this is what I want to see. I want to see them stack wins, and then you're going to make me a little bit more of a believer in this philosophy.
I'll push back on the back against the wall comment against you, Shep, because not every game is your back against the wall. So, you're right. Did we want them to beat Green Bay? You're damn right. And they didn't. Did we want them to beat the Vikings? You're right. Did we want them to beat the Chiefs? We wanted them to win those, but their back was never against the wall in those games. It was against the wall against the Giants. Now, that was an ugly win. It should have been a loss, but it was a win. Their back was against the wall. Look, I know y'all not about to lose to the Giants.
Yeah.
And they went out there, Jahmyr Gibbs, they got the overtime, and the 69 they won in overtime. Their back was against the wall after losing to Green Bay in this Dallas game, and they won. So it is a little something to Dan Campbell and his Lions team when the back is a proverbial against the wall. But to your point, that back is still against the wall right now.
I thought it was against the wall against Green Bay. And the reason I say that is because Green Bay had won the first game. Yeah. And I think when it comes to conference games and when it comes to tiebreakers, and let's face it, when you're not leading the division, you're looking at you're looking at some type of wild card situation. I thought that was really important.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. But that's all right.
That's fair.
We're here to talk more about what they did right than what they've done wrong. Okay,
and
they did a lot of things right last night, and I'm really happy for guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown to go out there and play. Never thought he was playing. Doc even sat there and said, you want to give him at least another week.
Yeah.
That dude came out there and he wore a Purple Heart, for crying out loud. That was a hell of a game by Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? A lot of the offensive linemen that we've talked about. Some of the guys on the back end. Thomas Harper had the concussion, so who knows how long you lose him. You've got to feed that beast a little bit in a different way. That defensive line helped the secondary. That's the recipe for success and how it's got to be moving forward.
Just looked a little bit just grittier, nastier. I know we use that grit word, but the physicality, the toughness, the dictating the physicality, it just seemed different. Even Jack Fox saying, I'm gonna stand in there, bro. I got to do everything to try and stop this touchdown. He got smacked, But
Jack Fox, the punter you're talking about?
But that's what it was, though. Yeah. That's what it was for these guys. Like I actually appreciate that from this team going out there and saying, you know what, we're going to play all out and leave this on the field. And the way they played, I haven't really seen that all season. It looked like themselves.
I appreciate the fact that all 53 players and every coach on that staff knew that last night we got to have this game and we're going to do everything in our power. Because when you watch that game, everybody was on the same effing page.
It sure looked like it.
Everyone was on the same page. They ate the same meal, watched the same movie. Like it's like the Dirty Dozens. I know I always bring that up, that repetition. Yeah. What's your assignment? Well, my job is, and he asked them. Yeah. They asked them 9 times, 10 times, and it's the same thing. That repetition is key. Last night they look fast, they look physical, and they look intentional.
It's really hard not to ride an emotional wave in football, not just with the Lions, but with any team. It's hard not to ride that emotional wave because last night I met Jerry Jones on the sidelines, and I said to him, I actually did. I said to him, listen, I thought you were nuts at the beginning of the year, but I give you credit. I mean, you've turned this thing around. Thank you very much. You know, that's fine. People in Dallas are riding the wave at the low end.
First of all, this is Shep we're talking about.
He doesn't know who I am, but it was. I did get that in on the sideline. Anyway, so they're at the bottom, right? Detroit, in the meantime, last week wanted to fire Kelvin Shepard.
Yeah,
they wanted to fire a lot of guys, replace a lot of guys, right? There were questions about Dan Campbell, all this other stuff. Now we could take a deep breath. Now they got to parlay that into another win. Part of the reason they were victorious is a few plays that we've got for Braylon's breakdown. It's awesome. I can't wait for you to see this. Just how challenging.
Is the Ferguson pass interference? Oh, I'm sorry.
The Ferguson pass interference, not. But there's a play by Jamison Williams that I know they talked about on the broadcast, but they didn't break it down the way he breaks it down. You're going to see it. You're going to hear it, and guess what? You will feel it when we come back on the Braylon Edwards Show right after this.
Hey, Caesars in the shade.
Hey. Now we're going to hear from Caesars Sportsbook. If I told you could place any bet up to $1,000 and if you lose, you get that bet back, would you think I'm crazy? Scan this QR code, enter the code Woodward1000, and if your first bet doesn't hit, you'll get your deposit bet back up to $1,000. That's right, up to $1,000 back just for giving it a shot. Minimum bet just $20. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000 or scan the QR code on the screen.
Kool-Aid's always shouting out to friends. That's a good thing. He's shouting out to Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning, too. You know why? Because we're really proud to be associated with them. You would be, too, because you know how they treat you. They treat you like family. They've got reliable service. Customer service, for the most part, stinks in our society. In the words of Braylon Edwards, man, that sucks. Not at Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. It is top notch. DTE gas customers get a free furnace tune-up through the end of this month. You get free instant estimates for equipment replacement if you go to their website, sharonsheating.com. You get online filter purchasing directly from the website if you go to their website, sharonsheating.com. Or you can just call them today, 734-238-3805, and tell them the Braylon Edwards Show sent you.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Bama.
Wicked
Bama.
Pickle. If you guys see that QR code, you already know, go ahead and scan it to get a jump on this information. And I'm ecstatic. Michigan, are you ready? It is the biggest pickleball event of the year. It's the Woodward Sports Wicked Pickle Open, January 9th through the 11th. And we're kicking it off with a bang. Friday night at 7:30, the Woodward Sports Celebrity Tournament hits the court. All 4 shows are throwing down, plus local celebs, and it's all going to be broadcast live. Then the real battle begins. 3 days of nonstop pickleball, men's, women's, mixed, and singles divisions. This is where champions are made. All right, so sign up today at pickleballtournaments.com or call Wicked Pickle at 734-331-3451.
They've been leaving and start to have there's something there.
And now we're going to hear from Massage Chair House.
Do you think they have leather chairs?
Leather. Be nice. You looking to upgrade your relaxation game? Check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, with the top brands for massage chairs like Ofinity and Osaki, located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com or scan the QR code. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
We back.
Because we've got Braylon's breakdown. I've been waiting all week for this. And you've got a few you got that? You're good with that? Yeah. Good with that?
One more time.
One more time?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Testing on the air. That's good. Okay, I heard it. That's fine. So let's get to Braylon's breakdown. There's a few different. Well, let's get to super chats. Thank you for that direction.
They've been showing out today.
Suddenly Braylon's a quarterback. That's a good job. Yeah.
All right, let me get ready. Let me do this some justice.
Yeah.
Victory shade. Shout out to those Lions for taking out the Dallas Cowboys. I had to wear Braylon's favorite shades today. So shout out. But Michael Wary with the $2 super chat says, Bray, you did say that the Lions would lose.
I did.
Yeah.
That's it?
We're on.
I absolutely did.
Yeah, we've gone over that. Yeah.
Randall Small, he does have another one. He says that another $2 super chat from Mike. I think Dan's message is effective when this team is the underdog.
So the Michigan State theory, Mark D'Antonio, we got to be the 3-star team with the motivation. I think there was an element of that when they first started getting going, when they first started rolling in 2022 towards the end. 23, they snuck up in the NFC Championship, but they weren't the underdog in 24. You know, they won 15 games. They weren't the underdog, and they weren't the underdog coming into this year as well because people were trying to bury them as such. So it works when it works. It just works when you get the quarter buy-in. It works when you implement a game plan that will help you out, and that's what it was. The game plan really helped them out, and that's what Shep's more so talking about. Not back against the wall and this, that, and the third. their coaches were very competent coaches yesterday, and they put them in situations to have success, and they played out that
They
way.
changed.
They did.
You said they needed to alter their mindset.
Yeah.
I love that the Lions, in so many words, self-reflected and
Yeah.
said, you know what? I can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. I think it's very it's very
definition of
convenient for
insanity.
it's very exactly.
Yeah.
It's very convenient for us to say, okay, it's Dan's pep speech and stuff like that. You would know better than I would if that works. I personally don't think it does with professional athletes. I think it's all about execution and put them in the right spot to be successful.
I've heard some
and I think
amazing speeches by Rex Ryan and Pete Carroll that have fallen on deaf ears, and we went out there and got our asses whooped. But I've also seen games into which coach did a little bit of that, but then they made the adjustments. They put wide receivers in different positions. They ran the ball more. Hell, you know what, Braylon? We're not going to pass you in San Antonio the ball. That's cool. It better work, and it does. So when you adjust, players can feel it. Like, oh, you know what? You do care. You do see it. Because a lot of times players are the ones asking for these changes. Like, you'll have DBs like, yo, coach, zone, set it up, do something. Hey, look, man, throw me in here on the outside. I got a one-on-one situation. They're playing man coverage. Give me the fade route. Give me an opportunity to do something. And coaches, they won't listen.
And they know, and the players.
So I guarantee you the players have been asking for a lot of things that you saw. You know, Jahmyr Gibbs and Dave Montgomery are like this. I guarantee you, Jahmyr Gibbs is like, give Demo the ball.
Yeah.
Help a brother out.
People last night were upset that they changed. I thought it was great that they changed.
It worked.
It did work. Yeah.
Hutch's
I don't
comments back
understand.
that
It
up, too.
worked.
Yeah. Any other super chats? We got to get to Braylon's breakdown.
We got a couple more, so we'll
Okay.
definitely go through these. But the people have been supporting, man. Randall Smalls, $5 super chat. He said, definitely let's also make sure we're talking about or acknowledging the better play calling, which you guys just gave even more flowers to. Randall Smalls then sent in another super chat, $10. He says, as a former soldier, I can attest that being away from home on the holidays is probably the hardest on all soldiers. I not only missed memories with family, but times with family members who passed away. So he just wanted to acknowledge that as well.
Well, thank you very much.
We appreciate
and
your
thank
service,
you for
Randall.
your service.
100%.
Yeah. Well
I never
done.
knew that. He should have been
Thank you.
said something.
Randall he's
Randall,
one of those regulars.
you're
You know what?
welcome. Randall, you're
It
welcome
makes sense.
anytime. Yeah.
It makes sense. He
Yeah,
didn't say
Seems
anything.
like that kind of guy.
Yeah, we got one more from Dante. Randall got to meet him at the Allied Challenge. He said one of his best moments was meeting us there. And I was sitting here saying, yo, who he is as a person,
Yeah.
it definitely fired me up. But
2024?
151
Set that bar higher. Go ahead.
Yeah. Number one crown today is Dante, who we need to name the super chat system after. $20 super chat.
Oh,
He says,
hey.
a person has earned every single dollar so far is J-Mo. Because when Saint was trying to figure out again, with golf, J-Mo stepped up and became a huge weapon for the Lions, and every single team would love to have him right now. So he's absolutely fired up on J-Mo right now.
Yeah, and 100%. Look, at the end of the day, I feel like he's the player outside of Aiden Hutchinson that we talk about the most. Like, he is the player that you talk about the most. It's been J-Mo, whether he's doing something right, whether he's doing something wrong. He's the player. And we've talked about his drops. We talked about the celebration against the Eagles. Pissed Shep off, pissed a lot of fans off. So rightfully so. What he's done in the last 2 weeks, he's showing you that, hey, look, man, I am going to put it on the line. I'm going to get better and better and better. You put some faith in me. You put some money in my pocket, and I'm going to do the things necessary to live up to what that contract will be. So, yes, J-Mo deserves some credit for last night and even the last game.
Yeah, he does.
100%.
Back-to-back games where he's tied his career high with 7 catches. I would just
5 games in a row with a touchdown?
Is it 5?
4.
I didn't
4
think it was
for
5.
sure.
Yeah, because he didn't have a catch against the Giants. He only had 3 targets. The thing that you're always looking for, and this is hard to do. God, it's hard to do in life, for crying out loud, and that's be consistent. But he's got to be more consistent if he's going to earn that money. He's had 6 games this year of 2 receptions or fewer. He's had 2 games of no receptions.
Yeah.
Rather than focus on just bringing that up for some information, what he's done the last 2 weeks, I love. If he can continue to do that, I'm not expecting him to be CeeDee Lamb, but if he can keep doing that, 7 rocks, 90 yards or something like that, 9 targets, I'm all in.
I can't wait when we talk about George Pickens as it relates to J-Mo. But to your point, they also have to put him in better spaces to have the success. The last 2 weeks, one, they had to last week. This week they had to as well. And even in the Eagles game, he was the only one that they could kind of get the ball to. They're seeing that, maybe we need to put the ball in his hands more. And we have Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I think they're maturating at the same time.
That's good. I mean, you brought that up with Tesla, too. Put him in better spots where you can get him the
2
ball.
games in a row with a touchdown.
Would like a few more targets, but there's only one football to go around. There's only one Braylon's breakdown. But today, we've got Braylon's breakdown on a lot of different levels.
Brought to you by Chill Medicated.
Thanks.
Shout out our guys.
Nice. Way to go.
Out.
Yo, first of all, shout out to Shep. Because Shep is always pushing the way to get these sponsors, get these segments sponsored. He was on this one the very first time we started doing it, and now it is sponsored by Chill Medicated, and we'll tell you more about what they are bringing to the table. First player right here out the gate. Side note, Shep, you said it earlier, these Dallas Cowboys uniforms, you can hate the Cowboys, because definitely I do, although I didn't act like it the last month. I hate the Cowboys, I always have. I hate certain players, it is what it is. But these uniforms, you cannot hate on. With that being said, first play, Jermaine Gonzalez talked about it. I wrote it down when he was sitting here talking about his son and the Detroit Lions. The Lions made it tough. It's okay to let people catch passes, if you will. It's okay for it's okay for passes to happen. It's okay for runs to get first down. But are you put a hat on the hat? Are you being physical at the point of attack? Are you making it tough for the wide receiver to make a play? Watch this play right here. Hit play for me, B. Dak Prescott drops back. So it's a pretty clean pocket for him. Actually, it's a really clean pocket for him. Drops back, throws the ball. Ball gets intercepted by DJ Reed. Look at the concentration. We'll watch it from the back copy to get a sense of effort from the start of the game to the end of the game, and that's why they got the dub. Go to the next play. What we got? All right, here we go. Now, whenever I played against wide receivers that played at Ohio State or were in my class and they were the wide receivers, remember, J-Mo was the best wide receiver in the game when Georgia played Alabama. And Alabama was going to win the national championship until he tore his ACL. George Pickens was in that game too, so you don't think he wants to show up and show out? First thing you'll notice, inside release, watch the speed. Watch the speed. We talk about it all the time. Just watch how the DB reacts to when he thinks Jameson Williams is taking the top off. Hit play. Just watch the DB react. All right, cool. I got J-Mo. Oh, shoot, he's going inside. Oh, no. Oh, damn, he's about to take off. I got to dig. I got to get there. Guess what? Nope. It's not a go route. Oh, shoot, he put his foot in the ground. Now, rewind a little bit, B. Rewind it back. Now we'll watch the route from J-Mo's point of view. Speed. He got in, got inside. Nice outside release. Stay physical. Now he's back to running his route. Now he's selling the deep route. Puts his feet on the gas. This is what's so good about the play, too. When you break down, you want to put your chin over your toes, because when you do that, it ensures that you can turn back, that you don't slip, you don't slide. He actually does not do the best job on this play. He's kind of over here, which allows his feet to slip, but he's so fast and he dug so good that watch, he was able to recover, slip, recover, still has 3 yard space. Still has 3 yards. You know, I wasn't for it too. Like, if I'm slipping and recovering, DB's going to be right on my shoulder trying to tackle me.
Look at the separation.
But look at this. Like, if this should just throw the go route.
That's crazy.
But what happens, see, now that you're starting to see this play, see, now J-Mo runs all go routes. Oh, yeah. J-Mo runs all go routes. All the teams, all the DBs, he's running a go route. But now when you start to put this into the arsenal, now when you run a comeback in this arsenal, now when you run a post in this arsenal, they have more to think, which means now the go route, you can start to win on again. Yeah. So the go route becomes effective again.
Yeah. How difficult is it for a guy who runs that fast to stop like he does right there and come back? What's the biggest challenge for him, do you think?
If he keeps his hands up, it'll be easy. You see how he drops his arms?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause your arms help you. So when you're pumping, you can get back out. If I'm boop, 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 now I'm pumping. But if I drop my arm, it's harder to turn. Yeah. It's harder to turn. So, but for him, just keep your arms up. He's fast enough, and we've seen him get better. We broke down his film in training camp of the route he ran on that sideline, and you saw him be able to get up, get down. This is, like, he's got everything this is picture perfect. The head down, he looks like a cruise missile.
Yeah.
He's got his head down. He's got the arms pumping.
He's selling it, man. I mean, he looks like he's going on a go route.
This right here, this is worth trading up 20 picks. This is worth trading up 20 picks. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
That right there.
There's not many guys who can do that.
Three guys in the league can have that speed and can run like that and can run routes like that. That is worth trading up 20 picks.
Love it.
100%. And then look at Isaac Tessa, just ready to block somebody. Who needs to get hit? Oh, shit, it's too late. and my team likes not. He's still mad that his team lost to Aiden's team in the high school championship game. He wanted to knock somebody out. All right, run the next play for me.
That's good.
Is it the big bruiser? Oh no, this is
play action.
Ooh, okay.
St. Brown.
All right. Okay, rewind it. Start it over. This play right here. Pause. Thank you so much. Hey B, hell of a job by you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot.
Thank you.
All right, this is chill and as medicated as it can be, because this is the medicine that put him to sleep. 2nd and 9, 2:50 left in the game. This is the play, obviously, that ended the game. Well, not ended the game. Put him in position for Jameer to end the game. You talking about a guy that put a team on, not a team on his back, but you talking about a guy that put aside what he had going on, how injured his ankle was, what he shouldn't have done, went out there, because he didn't practice all week.
Right.
He didn't practice all week, so this is just fresh.
We always talk about playing for the guy next to you.
He's playing for everybody.
He's playing for everybody in that building.
He's playing for every. You said took the words out of my mouth. He's playing for everybody in that building. At the end of the game, 60 minutes, going strong, Iron Man, put it on the line. Dan Campbell, hell of a play call by you. Hell of a play call to stay aggressive. Yes, so what? We're up 7-250. Let's not just run the ball to Jameer Gibbs. Watch him look to the sideline. Watch him look to the sideline. Here comes look. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. You see that look right there? Nah, we got it. If they needed a touchdown, guarantee he would have scored on this play. Guarantee he would have scored. But we don't need a touchdown. We'll just run it out. I'll stay in bounds-ish. And then Jameer Gibbs scores on the next play for a touchdown. Like, there was a hell of a performance by 14. This is the energy.
He didn't practice much.
Yeah.
How do you think overall he performed?
He performed really good. He performed really good. He can't run out routes. Like, he couldn't run out routes. You saw the out route early on in the game. He couldn't run it off a certain way. So when he's trying to break on that ankle, he can't run out routes, which he runs a lot of out routes. He runs a lot of stuff.
That's his bread and butter.
100%, the quick outs and quick routes like that thing. So I think right now there's certain routes and there's certain plays that he can't run on certain sides.
Yeah.
And I think that sucks because it limits you a little bit. But if you're going to play against a defense that wants to go zone and allow him to do these things, I mean, they're good enough to the point where they can figure it out.
Yeah, the big question a lot of people would rightfully so have is how do they carry it over? How do they keep doing it, right? Needs something else than what we have been doing.
Because you just can't line up there. On this game, they came into it, and they were specific to what Dallas was. Where can we affect Dallas the most? Like, where can we win against these Cowboys teams?
Yeah.
And that's what they did on offense and defense. They played a style that was conducive to winning. That's going to be the next month. When they go to L.A., when they go play the Rams, don't just go out there and just try to throw everything on Jameer Gibbs' shoulders. Don't just go out there and pray that Aiden Hutchinson has 10 sacks so then we can come here and say, look, Aiden didn't do his job. Put your team, put your players in positions to have success, better success.
Why do you think it's been so effective? Like you and I talked about this yesterday. Jameer Gibbs, are they going to put him in the slot? He made a lot of plays from the slot.
Yeah.
All right, especially when you catch as many passes as he did yesterday. I think it was 7. How can that be utilized more for this team? Why do you think that's a good idea instead of just lining him up behind Jared Goff on a regular basis?
Oh, because it's not that hard. Teams can tend to guess and be right about what you're going to do because you're showing them the same looks. I think they showed some similar looks and ran some different things. And I think they just did something that teams didn't think they would do. They put Demo as well as Jameer in there at the same time and didn't use either one of them. Went to Amon-Ra St. Brown or went to Tom Kennedy or went to J-Mo. Like, they wouldn't have to lean on those running backs. And I think when you show that, now teams have to look at the whole team, look at the whole offense. Where are they going to go, as opposed to all they're going to do is run the ball to J-Mo or not J-Mo, Gibbs. And, oh, by the way, it's 3rd and 10. Where's Amon-Ra St. Brown? All you got to do is guard against the middle of the field, somewhere in between. And you know I'm not lying about that.
Yeah, no, I know.
That looked different.
Yeah.
That looked like they saw something.
Different. Yeah.
They saw, hey, look, they got the big guys up front. Also, that tempo. They played with a faster tempo yesterday. Those guys got tired in the middle. Big guys are great, but when you 320, you 330, you win a little different.
Yeah.
You're keeping them on the field, and I'm a little tired. Hey, I got to come out. I got to come out for a play.
Yeah, love that feel for sure. And great job as always on the breakdown, especially on the Jamison Williams. All right, when we come back after this from Chill Medicated, we're going to dive into some college football discussion. Got some big games going on this weekend. Get Braylon's thoughts on which ones he may be watching and who he favors in those two big games. But first, this from Chill Medicated.
Let's face it, no matter what we do, we all have our aches and pains that we have to deal with on a daily basis, and this is very true, providing you with reliable relief, I caught that, so that you can live your best life. Chill Medicated is here to do that. Let me tell you about a couple of things that they have that you see in these pictures on the screen. The Chill Medicated Sub-Zero Roll-On. Now, that's something I use before I work out, and it feels smooth. You roll it on there, give it a second to activate, and it feels good, warms the body up, and then you can go out there and not get hurt in the gym. Then you got the topical body rub. Now, that's what I use at night. And relax, chilling, throw a little something on, watching the Monday night football game, Thursday night football game. Then they have the Extreme X Topical Body Balm, the Extreme Body Lotion. Now, I don't know anything about that. I'll get back to you on that. And then they have the Topical Body Rub. All of this, promise, it does not get you high. That is a misconception. This is just to soothe the joints, soothe the aches and pains, and it does it in a very chill way.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions! It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Dr. Jeff Pierce is the man, the myth, the legend. You don't want to miss him. He is our injury insider. You can catch him on Tuesdays on Big D Energy and Thursdays right here on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, where he shares his top-tier advice to keep athletes in peak condition. Trust the guy we trust, and that's Dr. Jeff Pierce. Also, he's at MichiganSportsandSpine.com if you want to check it out, see what it is, see what it's all about, or just call him 248-426-9944.
It's the weekend, and that means it's pizza time, right? Yes. I mean,
Pizza
you've been
time.
working all week.
That's
You've
buddies
been
time.
cooking all week. You've been keeping schedules. Now it's on your schedule. What do you get a chance to do? Get some buddies. After all, it is the holiday season. And by the way, if you're going to have a pizza party, I would recommend Buddies. All-you-can-eat party packages right now start at just $15 a person. If you're going to cater, because some of you out there own your own businesses and you want to, reward your staff, and rightfully so, cater your event with the original Detroit-style pizza. Save 20% off of your order, $200 or more, with the promo code HOLIDAY20. That's how you take advantage of the deals. It is awesome. They've got a great catering department, they've got a great menu, and they've got great food. And I mean that. I don't overuse that word, great. In Buddies, it definitely fits. Go to their menu today, buddiespizza.com, buddiespizza.com/catering, and enjoy the pie.
Shepard, you said that LeBron James lost his 10-point streak.
What was it 1,700 and
1,279
games?
Oh, is that what it was?
1,297.
No, I had the numbers reversed.
Yeah.
No, not really. I can't say that I'm bummed about that. Whatever.
I just don't understand. Like, this is what I don't understand, and this is why everything is suspicious now because of gambling, because of all these things, right?
Yeah.
They legitimately made this a thing the day before this game. So this was last night, which is Thursday. Wednesday night was the first time I saw a graphic for it. When they started talking about, his 1297, thank you, Brendan. His 1297, 10-point is more than a lot of people have played games and all this stuff. They did a whole thing online, socials. I don't know which one of those shows started, but it hit the socials on Wednesday. And the very next day, the streak is broken.
That seems odd.
I'm just saying.
I get it if you put it up there, if he just broke the record.
It was the very next day.
Yeah.
And then the streak is over. Like, things like that
I wonder what the betting line was on that.
There's a lot of people. They showed one dude. Like, why would you put $500,000 anyway? Like, they showed a couple $500,000 bets. It's like some $15,000.
That he wouldn't do it?
No, that he was going to have 10 points.
Oh.
Had the 10 points as a part of the parlay. That started being the thing. So now all of a sudden, that's a part of the parlay. That's the thing. And now he doesn't do it.
Well, remember this.
Makes a lot more sense.
Now he doesn't do it.
Who are
given in the parlay.
But remember this too. Who are one of
Crypto.
One of his boys is David Jones. And Jones has already been. Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not telling you.
You went that. Okay.
I'm not,
let's get into it. Then.
I'm just telling you that
I'm
has
at the
been
table for this conversation.
That has been linked. Yeah, no pun intended, Chauncey Billups. That has been linked to that. All right. So when you got your boys there, and
I love it in Detroit. We like if Chauncey going down, everybody's going down.
down.
Everybody's going. LeBron, Carmelo, D. Wade.
That's right. Mr. Big Shot.
Jordan already went down anyway.
Yeah, amen to that. Yeah, that's right. This is interesting in college football. Matt Campbell, the head coach, who used to be at Toledo, was a really good coach at Toledo for 5 years, 35-15 there with the Rockets. Now the head coach at Iowa State. The rumor is, Brendan, that they're in deep discussions, right, with Penn State. You like that fit if indeed he chooses to leave Ames, Iowa. Can't believe he's been there as long as he has, 10 years, and goes to College Park, or not College Park, Maryland, but you're going to you're just going to Penn State.
Yeah.
Forgot it for a minute.
I think it's an okay fit. I mean, I guess. I think he's had a level of success out there in Iowa State. His name was very hot around, Alabama and Michigan and a couple other replacements, Washington, maybe 3-4 years ago. He was doing his thing. It's fine. Penn State just doesn't seem to be that job or have that cachet. One of the stories that I found out about them is they're $400 million in debt, and that's why they can't finish the renovations on their stadium. Wow. So when you're $400 million in debt in terms of stadium renovations, like what does that look like as it relates to the NIL space, as it relates to transfer portal or selling people while coming to that institution? So it's still a name. It's still the second largest stadium. They still got the whiteout and the whole 9 yards, but there's some things that they're going to have to figure out if they bring him in or whoever they bring him in. But as it relates to him, I think he's like a James Franklin, realistically, in terms of he can recruit, in terms of he can build a culture there, and in terms of he's going to win some games. He'll give you 8, 9, 10, get some stability. But what the money side looks like for Penn State is what I don't know moving forward.
It's got a decent winning percentage, no doubt. Yeah. Here's the weird thing. Do you know how many times he's won 10 games or more?
None.
Once. And that was last year at Iowa
Brock
State.
Purdy didn't win 12 games?
11-3. They were 11-3. It's hard to believe, but it's true.
The Cyclones.
The Cyclones.
It's like one of the random.
You've been to Ames, Iowa?
No.
Okay.
No. That's one of the random rival games that I will watch, though. Something about Iowa, I think it's because it's early in the year.
Yeah.
Like, it's always a decent game, no matter how bad or good they are. Like,
it's
always a randomly high-scoring game for Iowa, too.
Yeah, which doesn't happen very often with Iowa. Maybe that tells you something about Iowa State's defense. I've been there.
It's true.
And it's you can understand why they're so into their sports.
Dave Montgomery.
Dave Montgomery. There's just not a whole lot happening there. Speaking of college football, there are a couple of big games. Some people would be offended by that. I'm sorry, BYU and Texas Tech. One's 11, one's 4, so I suppose it is a big game. Which game do you think is more intriguing? Ohio State and Indiana in the Big Ten Championship, or Alabama and Georgia in the SEC title game?
I would say Duke and Virginia, because if Duke beats Virginia, no ACC team is going to get into the field of 12, not 4, not 6,
Interesting.
but 12.
Interesting.
So I'm laughing at though. But
We're going to keep a close eye on that one too. You talked about betting. We'll keep a close eye on that one. Because if Virginia has no business winning, and they're the better team, but
it's something's afoot.
Something's awry there. Yeah.
But to answer your question, Georgia and Alabama is always, I get it, it's the game, blah, blah, blah. But Kirby Smart actually can't win against Alabama. He's won once in the last 10 games, I want to say, including 2 losses already to Kalen DeBoer. This will be the 3rd time they've played in 2 years. So, I mean.
And I didn't know that. You had to educate me on that. The only time Georgia has beaten Alabama in the last 11 tries is in the national championship game. That's the only time.
2 of the Devontae Smith.
They have lost 10 of the last 11. Georgia has lost 10 of the last 11 to Alabama.
10.
That's insane.
That's crazy, isn't it?
100%. So maybe there's that, but I'm not a homer.
Okay.
But I'm going to say Indiana, Ohio State, because to say this, I know I'm going to face backlash, but I don't care. I know the game. Ohio State didn't truly impress me against Michigan. They beat the hell out of Michigan. A team that we don't. A team that they won 24-9, or 27-9, or whatever. They didn't overly impress me. If Jackson Hayes is a starting running back in that game, like they score on that interception, that possession. So with that being said, they buried a team that wasn't necessarily that good. I don't know how good Indiana is, but I've seen them put up 50 4 times this year.
Yeah.
And I got to believe that is going to be a much better game. You got a Heisman Trophy candidate versus a Heisman Trophy candidate. I want to see Indiana. And also, oh, by the way, Indiana is playing in the Big Ten Championship in Indiana.
Right.
So I want to watch that game. That has nothing to do with the Big Ten, but I don't think Ohio State is as good as people think. And I think Indiana could come to play and win. And Mendoza could be the first Heisman Trophy winner from the University of Indiana. That's more intriguing to me, to which one of these teams that don't have it anymore are going to win.
Indiana last year, what did they lose? 2 games, right? They lost 2 games. One to Ohio State, one to Notre Dame. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. So I don't know if there's payback there. I would say this. They rank first in rushing success rate in all of college football this year. All right? So I think that's a big deal.
I'm going to start making up stats. You
the
know what? That's
index.
going to be part of the Braylon Network show. I'm going to start making up stats for different sports. Cade Cunningham, man, his wins under the rim when there's 2 minutes left in the game is like unbelievable. Like he's 3rd in the league all time.
Are you telling me you don't believe me?
No, I believe you. I'm just like every year, like the exit velo stat was like the funniest one I've ever heard in my life. Exit velo, get out of here,
Brendan. We got to make the Braylon Index.
Yep,
I got you, Bray.
Let's start making them up.
We can do that.
We can all make them up. We just all. Put
I do kind of have a funny story. A good friend of mine who used to call Tigers baseball, Mario Mpemba, love the guy.
Okay,
still a good friend of mine.
Shout out.
He was calling a game once with in the spring with a more popular radio analyst, and he said to him that the analyst said something completely out of the blue, and Mario's like, "Oh my God, that's a great." They go to break. He goes, "What a great stat! Where did you get that?" He goes, "Oh, I just made it up."
Oh my God!
It was just a spring training game. He's like, "Oh, I just made it up." Goes, what? Are you kidding me?
I did a show with somebody that made stuff up when I was working Big Ten Network. I was working with a guy and I knew because he would say stuff. I'm kind of like stat savvy.
Yeah.
And he said one time, I was like, "No, it's not." And I thought about it, so I asked him after he said it. He's like, "Man, nobody cares about this stuff."
Are you serious? Did he say that?
I'll tell you who it was off show.
Okay. I did work with one analyst who got tired of me. I like reading the media guides. All right, so
get all
Braylon's
those
in there. I want to read
stats.
everything.
Yeah.
It's not just numbers. I want to read stories, right? I mean,
Sir.
what he did in high school and what he does in the community and things of that nature. So I gave this what I thought was a pretty good story. And afterwards, the analyst looks at me and goes, "Yeah, well, he also, I don't know if you knew this, but he also bowled a 300." And I'm
Shout out to Mookie Betts.
Yeah, right. I'm thinking, I'm looking through my notes. I said, "Wait, where is that?" we go to break, and I said, what a great story. Good job. He's like, I just made it up. You kept giving me all these great stories that because you've read the media guide. I said I had to give something. I'm like, that's not how you go about it.
How long ago was this?
It was about 8 years ago.
But see, like that's around the era. Not saying you should, not saying you could, but like that was the era where like people were doing it. Like a lot of people, because people aren't jumping online, verifying everything and doing that.
I guess.
Back then. Like,
yeah, back then. They would today. So
yeah.
You've got Ohio State, Indiana. Looking forward, looking more forward to that. Who wins that game, do you think?
I think Indiana.
Really?
I think Indiana.
Let's go.
Okay.
I don't think Ohio State has had a true test all season long. Not saying Indiana has, but
Indiana did go to Autzen Stadium and beat Oregon pretty handily.
Yep. Yeah.
And you said that's one of the hardest places to win. You've said that.
No, that place was loud like no other. But so that even helps out even more. I don't think Ohio State has played anybody, and I know they played with same early on in the year, Texas, but like that Texas win is like us beating Chicago week 2. Like that's kind of how that win was for them. So I really want to see if Julian Sanders like that.
Okay.
Like I really want to see if they can run the ball like that.
I want to see them. I want to see if Indiana can get the pressure. All right.
How good is Reese and Downs too on the opposite side? Because they're monsters, and I want to see them play against. Like this is a.
Yeah, I like Caleb Downs a lot.
He's nice.
He's really nice. He's a top 5 player, no question.
I agree.
Georgia, Alabama. Who do you got in that game?
I'm going with Bama.
Okay.
I'm going with Bama. I like Ty Simpson. I like what Kalen DeBoer is starting to build there. I wasn't necessarily sure about who Kalen DeBoer was, but the more and more you watch, like he built something in Washington. You know how hard it is to take over for a legend? Now, you know how hard it is to take over for the greatest coach in college football? I mean, you might have a difference of opinion, but the numbers would say he took over for him. He figured it out. He had to change the culture. It's different cultures. Alabama is very different than chill Washington with all the Polynesians and the water and the chillness and the breeze and the coolness. Like Alabama, Tuscaloosa is a much different thing down there, and he was able to take his time, figure it out, recover from the season last year, loss to Michigan, and now this looks like a much better version. So, kudos. That's tough.
All right, meanwhile, at AT&T Stadium, where the Cowboys play, Cowboys just lost to the Lions last night, you've got the Big 12 matchup, BYU, who's ranked 11th in the nation, Texas Tech, who's ranked 4th in the country. Red Raiders are really good. Mm-hmm. Who wins that game, do you think?
Why is BYU playing in the Big 12? I'm just joking.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are they doing that?
Right.
I'm going to go with Texas Tech. The problem with Texas Tech is I don't trust their offense. I don't trust their quarterback situation. I think Texas Tech is a good quarterback away from being the best team in the country, realistically. But they don't have that quarterback right now, so there's some room in there if you can stop them on plays. But that defensive line is the best that money can buy. They are a really good defensive line. Give me Texas Tech.
BYU has 1 loss. You know who it was to?
Indiana.
It was Texas Tech. 29-7. Yeah, that's the 1 loss.
Oh, we talked about that game. You cracked the joke. I said Texas Tech is going to be.
Yeah. All right, last one. I don't expect any breakdown here. Just wondering. Miami against Western in the MAC Championship, downtown Detroit, Ford Field, Saturday. Miami already beat Western earlier this year. I think the Broncos exact a little revenge there.
Me too.
Okay, they can run the football.
KZoo?
They can run the football.
Western, as they call it.
Western? Yeah. Well, that's a Chippewa talking right there. Western. Right?
both of you guys are Western. Realistically. Give me Western.
Yeah. Okay.
Give me KZoo. Mm-hmm. Give me KZoo, man.
I'm sure they will represent. There's a part. It's not that I don't want them to win.
I'm not cheering for Ben Roethlisberger, man.
No, there you go. Probably their best player of all time.
My first game ever as a freshman in Michigan. Michigan versus
Miami
of Ohio.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger had 340.
Really?
But we still beat him by 40.
Oh, I bet you did. Yeah.
But he had 340. It was like, oh, they suck, but he's going first round.
Man, they suck. Remember this. They like to be called Miami because they were Miami before Miami of Florida.
Yeah.
So when you refer to them, I know, that's how people are.
It's true.
But
very true.
In fairness to the Red Hawks, this is their 3rd straight year they're playing in the MAC championship game. They've done a pretty good. Chuck Martin's a really good coach. He used to be at Grand Valley. He's a really good coach.
I thought they said Eddie George was going to take over and turn it around down there in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green, it's going to take some time, perhaps.
That's that Michigan-Ohio State rivalry. It's always there. I found my way to get a dig.
I feel that. I wonder if who's probably wearing number 27 for Eddie George. All right, when we come back, we'll get to the mailbag. We'll get to some super chats. And we'll wrap things up here on a Friday. It's been a lot of fun here on the Braylon Edwards Show here on Woodward Sports. Let me first tell you about Les Stanford. Les Stanford has got some unbelievable deals right now. You know, it's cold out. You got the snow out there. You want something that you can drive and it's going to be, well, you're going to feel safe. Like the 2026 Hummer EV for just $699 a month plus tax. That Silverado Crew Cab LT, it's a 2026 version. It's low as $159 a month. That'll keep you safe. I've had that before. And the 2026 Cadillac Optiq, it looks good and will keep you safe because they're made so well. It's only $449 a month plus tax. Go to lesstanford.com today. Check out their massive inventory and enjoy.
Oh, man. My boy George Pickens is in full crash out mode. We'll talk about when we get back. Really? Jack's Car Wash. We're going to get you a free car wash because it's the best car wash in the state. Why don't you text WSN2 888-522-1729. 40 locations around the state. Actually 40 plus. Let me get the math right on that one. Free vacuums, free compressed air, but don't you forget about the unlimited plan. That unlimited plan is $29.99 and allows you access to all the locations around the great state of Michigan. So pull up, get a car wash. Doesn't matter. It's the winter. Get your car wash year-round. Hey, Jack.
Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
To any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions. Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
On the field, though, looking for dinner plans at Sizzle, head to Black Rock Bar and Grill, home of the steak on a stone.
Hey, go
I don't know,
celebrate
but
that
20%
Lions,
off that bill if you. What's going on?
No, I said go celebrate that Lions win at
Oh,
Black
I'm about
Rock.
to say, well, no, they're not doing that anymore. They're not doing because they got smart. They knew the Lions were about to go on the road, so there is no more free appetizer, but there is 20% off your food bill if you mention Woodward Sports. Remember that it is a sizzle above the rest. Prime sirloins are here to stay at Black Rock. Not just a meal, it's a top rock experience. All you can eat platters for $20. And also, the holiday season is upon us. I saw the first ring-a-ding-ding Salvation Army outside the grocery store the other day, just to let you know. Give the gift of sizzle with the Black Rock gift card. Makes perfect stocking stuffer. And now through the end of the year, $50 will get you an extra 10 back. So 50 will get you 60.
And I know you put some paper in that pot.
A little cheese.
28 locations throughout the state of Michigan. Even, more than any other place, but places all over the country. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's perfect, man. All you do is you sign up. I just saw Larry Murphy come in, get his haircut here. You sign in. Next thing you know, you don't even have a chance to sit down and look at a magazine because they already got you right there in the chair and take care of business, making you look clean, making you look good for the holiday season. Lady Jane's, it is wicked awesome.
And we back.
We
What
back.
a
All right,
dope set.
how about some, you got any additional super chats or
I
or
do.
chats in
I do.
general?
As I'm saying, we even have some to get to yesterday. The people have been hitting the like button.
I love
they've
that.
been
Smashing the like
Yeah,
button.
they've been
Mhm.
absolutely
Smashing
smashing it. Thank you guys for helping us reach that first goal. If you haven't got an opportunity to, go on ahead and hit that like button. We will get to the super chats from today. There might be one or two left, and then we have a couple that we got to get to from yesterday. Randall Small sends in a $5 super chat. And he has the number one crown for today, man. He says, I was about 7 or 8, and Ernie Harwell said on radio, and a young man from Ypsilanti. And he said that my dad said that he made it up,
He's
and
so
I
great.
was crushed.
Ernie Harwell, one of the, I consider myself so fortunate to have been able to sit at his kitchen table, have cornberry muffins that his wife made for us, and him to talk about careers in broadcasting when I first started. And then to have come full circle for me and actually get the opportunity to work with him both on radio and TV was a dream come true. Really was. So
that would be awesome.
As
That's
good,
awesome.
and I mean this sincerely, as good a man as you will ever meet in your life. Humble, secure, welcoming, loving, the best.
Shout
Period.
out.
Yep. No one's even close. Go ahead.
Man, I'm just going to let that marinate for a second.
It was, yeah, I feel really lucky.
Well
As a matter of
said.
fact, I've got a picture of him and I at Tiger Stadium, just outside of the dugout, smiling.
We're going to need that for the show.
Yeah.
For real, man.
Nah,
Send
we're
that
good.
stuff in, man.
We're good. We've got enough. We've got enough. But it's very special to me. So thank you for that. Go ahead. Thanks for
Hey,
indulging.
so you know what? We have some of these from yesterday. and
Superfly.
This Miami
I'm
Vice
always
in the
leaving stuff
building.
Looks good, man.
Oh no, I gotta go to Bray real quick.
I love that shirt.
Let's rock.
You know what? I want his closet. I'm done, man. I just want to go to his house. Next time he has us over, while he's entertaining everybody in the kitchen
You gonna walk
with that
out with some
beautiful,
stuff?
I'm going to walk over. I'm going to walk
That's
up
that
to his
Miami
room.
Vice
I'm
fall
going to grab
collection.
some of the clothes, put them in my car, come back out. Hey, man, this is a great house. I just had a quick tour. Really nice.
I almost wore this same shirt to an event last year when Michigan played Texas
Ooh, you don't
on
wanna
a
do
Thursday
that.
night. But I wasn't even thinking because I like the shirt. I just
Yeah.
got it. I said, cool, I'm going to wear this. I'm going to wear that. It's going to be nice. It's going to be at the not the campus inn, but what is it called? The Graduate. So it's going to be cool. Man, I put it on. My mom was like, aren't you in Texas this
what are
week?
you doing? Yeah.
I was like, holy. So shout out to moms for saving me. Because
She's like, who are you, Matthew McConaughey?
Shout out to mom.
All right.
Hey,
all
we
right.
gotta get to a special celebration. So quickly through the super chat.
Definitely. You know what? J. Rod Sayers probably sent in the most important super chat yesterday. $5. He says, fellas, back to National Cookie Day. I make a killer chocolate chip cookie pie for dessert during the holiday season, plus the ice cream, and it is amazing.
Okay, well, put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
bring
Why
some.
don't you bring it in
J-Rod,
here,
what's
and
up?
we'll let you know how good it is.
We
Why don't you
will.
bring it in here? And don't be
Have a seat.
and
You see
don't-
the couch.
And don't be afraid to bring in some vanilla ice cream for a la mode.
Yeah, you know the Lions won again.
Yeah,
You got to celebrate.
And you know what? I was looking through these. Randall Small sent in 3, and I think he just gave the Lions their game plan. So I'm going to read all of his. He says, could you see the Lions open up the backfield with both running backs in the backfield and you motion them into the wide receiver spot? That looked good last night. Randall also stated a couple other things here. We have 3 guys that can all go all the way on any play. Gibbs, Monty, and J-Mo. Inside the 20, we better see at least one fade to Tesla.
Yeah, that's what.
Talk about the game
Braylon's
plan
been calling about that.
yesterday.
Yeah, he's been calling about that for really ever since I would say week 3. I think he started talking about using Tesla in the red zone. So that's well said. Absolutely, 100%. All right, last night you had a big celebration with your mom. Shout out to your mom.
Shout out.
Happy
100%.
birthday. How was it?
Happy birthday to mine, dudes. It was fun. It was good, man. Big Rock closed down 2 years ago and then reopened. So they changed the value, changed the space. It was cool. Everybody there was great. Shout out to Dr. Pierce, who set me up with the reservation, as you will. So, see, Dr. Pierce is always coming through. We say we're friends with people. Like,
he's got connections, man.
He called Chilani, got in. But it was cool. Everybody was nice there. And Mom had a good time.
Good.
You always want to see your parents have a good time. They've done a lot for you guys, us. So, when you get a chance to do something back. And, my aunt came. My aunts, plural, came. Aunt.
Good.
And my sister and I got a chance to hang out. And usually she's with her husband. Shout out to Cam and the baby Rain. But it was me and her yesterday, so we got a chance to crack some of those sibling jokes. Some of those inside jokes as the table is doing the other stuff, the older stuff. So
brothers never change, do they?
Nah.
I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're the younger or the older brother. They do not change. They're always going to give their sisters a bunch of crap, aren't they? No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
My sons do it with my daughter all the time. I do it with my sisters all the time. It's how you keep things light and loose.
True. We just loose, naturally. Like us, it was always kind of like a us versus the world mentality. Because when she was born in Georgia or Atlanta specifically. I was down there. I'm 7.5 years older than her. So I was always big bro, protector. That was my first best friend, still best friend. So our relationship isn't like digs.
Okay.
It's just jokes. She's the one that would dig though. But usually when she digs, it's deserved. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys had fun. I thought you had some pics for us. Do you not have some?
I sent one in the Slack.
Yeah.
But
Give me a picture of that if you don't mind.
That's on me.
I'd like to see that. Yeah.
I sent one under the Christmas tree with everybody. So and I sent the video of the meal.
Oh.
I did send you a video, a little bit of the meal.
How was that?
It was good even today.
Even
today.
You got a little leftover for us?
We took a lobster tail, mixed it with some fettuccine alfredo. Then we had some wild mushrooms, potatoes.
Wow.
We split a ribeye. It was 18 ounces. I didn't eat all that. Neither did she. Some broccolini.
Stunner. Right? Stunner.
And asparagus, because I forgot I had asparagus until just now.
Hey, there it is. All right.
There you go.
That's a good-looking crew there.
I know, right?
Beautiful family.
That is awesome.
This is Uncle Ray, who actually works at Chiquini's, which is right around the corner. Chiquini Clothiers, by the way. That's Aunt's his wife, my Aunt Michelle. That's my Aunt Kim, who's getting married in June. That's Mom in the middle with
she looks
the
great.
amazing outfit on. Auntie Angie.
There's your sister.
And it's my sis. There's Pops, who never has his. You know what's funny? Dad never has his eyes closed. It's always Mom, and they reverse. And then there's me wearing stuff.
Why is everybody smiling but you? Why you got to be so serious?
Because I like to look smooth. I was feeling myself last night. So it's a smooth look.
Yeah, they all look great. Boy, the ladies are fantastic.
Hey, you're right. I am not smiling.
Yeah, you're not smiling.
Hey, you know what?
You got a great smile, but you don't
maybe because
smile.
I knew we were taking it by the restroom.
Chef,
it is interesting because you got restroom right there.
But that's the power of editing in 2025, because somebody in this group is going to edit that out.
Yep.
Probably my sister.
That wouldn't be a bad Christmas card either.
But you know what, Chef? I think I know what I want for dinner, man. Look at this. Goodness.
Baby.
I got to put this.
Goodness. Y'all were getting it in, huh?
Oh, yeah. We was getting it in.
Now you're making me hungry.
Yeah. So good.
That's that with the Big Rock, you said?
Yeah, it's that Big Rock.
Yep. I got a gift card still from the original one before it shut down. Shout out to them.
What the hell? What have you been waiting to use it for?
You tripping.
Got one from the original.
Big Rock was amazing back in the day.
Yeah. Good people.
It used to be the spot because I lived in Royal Oak, and we would always come to Big Rock, eat lunch, or they did cigars on Wednesday nights back in the day.
Yeah, they had that cigar bar. Yeah. I'm fully aware of that. A lot of friends of mine headed over there.
It's a fun show, man. I don't want it to end.
Shout out, bro.
The Lions need to win like this more often, man. I still got energy. Let's go. Another 30 minutes.
We'll have a lot to talk about next week for sure as we preview Lions and Rams, because they'll still be winners, and we'll have a better idea perhaps on how the Rams bounce back as well. I want to thank everybody involved, especially you guys in the chat. You're fantastic. Want to thank the Gonzaleses for coming in as the Smoothie King, Braylon Edwards High School Player of the Week, and really enjoyed it this week. Hope you did too. Come on back Monday, 2 o'clock here on the Braylon Edwards Show. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks.
We gone.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend,
Lofting it, right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.